לכניסת נשיא המדינה, הקהל מתבקש לעמוד. Distinguished audience, His Excellency, President of the State of Israel, Yitzhak Herzog, and his wife, Michal Herzog, accompanied by the Chair of the Wolf Foundation Council, the Minister of Education, Yoav Kish, Chair of the Board of Trustees, Zev Abeles, and Acting Chair of the Academic Council, Professor Dan Shechtman. You may sit. His Excellency, President of the State of Israel, Yitzhak Herzog, and his wife Michal, Chair of the Wolf Foundation Council, Minister of Education, Yoav Kish, Chair of the Board of Trustees, Zev Abeles, Acting Chair of the Wolf Foundation Council, Wolf Prize Laureate in Physics and Nobel Laureate in Chemistry, Professor Dan Shechtman, members of the Wolf Foundation Councils and Trustees, past Wolf Prize laureates who honor us today with their presence. Dear guests and distinguished audience, I'm happy to open the ceremony of the 2023 Wolf Prize announcement from the residence of the President of the State of Israel in Jerusalem. Albert Einstein, a great scientist who was almost the president of the State of Israel, once said that creativity is seeing what everyone else has seen and thinking what no one else has thought. The Wolf Prize is awarded to those who dare to imagine, to think, to create, to innovate, and to do, to push and break the boundaries of thought, the knowledge, and imagination in the interest of science and the arts, for the human family and for all humankind. In the next hour, we will know who the laureates of 2023 Wolf Prize are. Scientists and artists, all of them are outstanding researchers and creators, pioneers in their fields, the world leaders in art and science. I am honored to invite the Chair of the Wolf Foundation Council, Minister of Education, Yoav Kish, to open the announcement ceremony.
President of the State of Israel, Mr. Yitzhak Herzog, and his wife, Miss Michal Herzog, I feel like home when I come here, so it's because of you. So thank you for having us here. Acting Chair of the Wolf Foundation Council, a laureate of the Wolf and Nobel Prize, Professor Dan Shechtman. Where's Dan? Hello. Members of the Wolf Foundation Council and Trustees, CEO of the Wolf Foundation, Reut Hinon Berman, and representative of the academic community from Israel and around the world, Wolf Prize nominees, dear all, good afternoon. I'm proud and happy to be here. Although the winners have not yet been announced, it seems to me that we can definitely say Happy Wolf Day. It really is a holiday for education and a holiday for values, a holiday for discovery and for creation, a holiday for humanity, and a holiday for us all. I believe in education. I believe in equality in education, and our big challenge is to ensure equality in education for all. For every boy and girl, everyone deserves the equal opportunity. To create a better world, we need a world where there will be no connection between a child's socioeconomic background and his academic achievements. We must ensure that every child has all the tools they need to be able to succeed, regardless of their place of birth, where they live, or the economic and social status of their family. The winners of the Wolf Prize over the decades are the proof that everyone, regardless of origin, country, religion, regardless of where they live, regardless of life circumstances, everyone can reach the highest achievements possible. And in a personal note, believe me, I say this as a pilot who served with pilots from different backgrounds. In this context, the sky is not the limit. In today's schools are the Wolf Prize winners of the future scientists and artists. What will they create? What will they cure? What will they discover? We cannot even begin to imagine. Each and every one of the winners, who will be announced in a few minutes, is a source of inspiration for these children and a source of hope and pride for us all. Thank you very much, and happy Wolf Day.
Thank you, Minister Yoav Kish. I'm honored to invite Professor Dan Shechtman, Acting Chair of the Wolf Foundation, World Prize Laureate in Physics, and Nobel Prize Laureate in Chemistry, to deliver his remarks. Dan.
אחד ההבדלים בין טייס לאחד שלא טייס זה שצריך משקפיים. President of Israel, Mr. Isaac Herzog and Mrs. Michal Herzog, Minister of Education, Mr. Yoav Kish, distinguished audience. Becoming a laureate of the Wolf Prize is a special moment. Weeks, months, years, and sometimes, believe me, even decades of efforts are reaching a climax. Countless innovative and new ideas that were sown do not always germinate. Sometimes they do germinate but do not bear fruits. But always cultivated by determination, tenacity, and perseverance of their creators, an ability to change, evolve, think about new ideas or different ways until tree grows and bore fruits. Fruits that benefit the entire world. These beautiful, good, and worthy fruits won the Wolf Prize today. The Wolf Prize will be awarded for the 45th year to scientists and artists for achievements in the interest of humanity, I quote, for the achievements in the interest of humanity and friendly relations among people regardless of nationality, race, color, religion, gender, or political views. Through this award, we salute the world's leaders in important fields of science and in genres of arts for their impressive achievements, and sets human excellence as a goal, as a leading social and educational value. The Wolf Prize is awarded in the arts and sciences. A golden thread goes through them, connecting the arts to the sciences and sciences to the arts. Science gives us the modern life and extends our lifespan. The arts add quality to our lives. The arts and the science propel the world forward. And the connection between them is the driving force that lifts the entire world move forward. Flap wings, rise up, and fly forward further and higher, creating progress and a better future. I'd like to thank the President of the State of Israel, Mr. Isaac Herzog. Thank you, Mr. Herzog, for your support of science and the arts and for opening your home on this important festive day. We do not take it for granted. Thank you. Thank you to the members of the jury committees from all over the globe for your dedication and expertise. Thanks to the trustees of the foundation led by Mr. Zev Abeles. Many thanks to my dearest friend, members of the Wolf Foundation Council, and the CEO of the foundation, Mrs. Ruth Inon Bergman. And now, the announcements. This year, the Wolf Prizes will be awarded to 8 laureates in 5 categories: mathematics, medicine, chemistry, agriculture, and the arts. I'm honored to invite Dr. Ohana Canetti, member of the Wolf Foundation Council, to announce the laureates in medicine.
The 2023 Wolf Prize in Medicine is awarded to Professor Daniel Joshua Drucker from the University of Toronto, Canada. For pioneering work in elucidating the mechanisms and therapeutic potential of enteroendocrine hormones, namely gut-derived hormones. Professor Drucker made seminal contributions to our understanding of the physiology and activity of glucagon-like peptides, GLP-1, GLP-2, and the dipeptidyl peptidase 4, DPP-4. These were later used for developing drugs for type 2 diabetes, obesity, and obesity-associated comorbidities. Drucker demonstrated that GLP-1 directly stimulates insulin secretion from pancreatic beta cells and described its action to control their proliferation and survival. Drucker contributed to the understanding of multiple new actions of GLP-1 in the brain, gut, the immune system, the heart, and blood vessels. He played a pivotal role in identifying cardiovascular mechanism of action of glucagon-like peptides, including studies of heart rate, blood pressure, atherosclerosis, inflammation, and cardioprotection. These findings provided broad support for the development, use, and safety of GLP-1 therapeutics in human subjects with diabetes and obesity, and potentially in the future for other diseases such as liver diseases, Parkinson, and Alzheimer. Professor Drucker also discovered that GLP-2 is an intestinal trophic hormone and developed its analog for treating short bowel syndrome. He also described the basic mechanisms linking DPP-4 activity to metabolic control and validated DPP-4 inhibitors as drug for controlling glycemia and inflammation. The novel discoveries of Professor Drucker changed the lives of millions of people with type 2 diabetes worldwide.
Thank you, Dr. Canetti. I am honored to invite Dr. Osnat Luxemburg, member of the Wolf Foundation Council, to announce the laureates in agriculture.
Thank you. The 2023 Wolf Prize in Agriculture is awarded to Professor Martinus Theodor van Genuchten from the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. He is awarded for his groundbreaking work in understanding water flow and predicting contaminated transport in soils. The Vaduz zone is the undersaturated portion of the subsurface that lies above the groundwater table. Water movement within this Vaduz zone is important to agriculture, flood control, cultivation of plants, construction of buildings, disposal of waste, and for determining the amount and quality of groundwater available for human use. During his 40-year career, Professor van Genuchten transformed the broad fields of soil physics and Vaduz zone hydrology. He created a much-needed scientific basis for understanding fluid flow and contaminated transport processes in unsaturated soils, including their interactions with the atmosphere above and groundwater below. Contemporary Vaduz zone hydrology is unthinkable without his many contributions, which established links between agriculture, soil sciences, geology, environmental sciences, and civil engineering. Van Genuchten pioneered the representation of dual porosity and dual permeability models, considering mobile and immobile liquid regions in unsaturated porous media, and performed some of the most definitive laboratory and field experiments to test the models. The Van Genuchten equations are now universally used in numerical simulators of subsurface flow and transport processes.
Thank you, Dr. Luxemburg. I'm now honored to invite Professor Michael Lin, member of the Wolf Foundation Council, to announce the laureates in mathematics.
The 2023 Wolf Prize in Mathematics is awarded to Professor Ingrid Debussy for her work in wavelet theory and applied harmonic analysis. Ingrid Debussy is awarded the Wolf Prize for her work in the creation and development of wavelet theory and modern time frequency analysis. Her work is of tremendous importance in image compression, medical imaging, remote sensing, and digital photography. Debussy has also made unparalleled contributions to developing real-world applications of harmonic analysis, introducing sophisticated image processing techniques to fields ranging from art to evolutionary biology and beyond. Debussy's most important contribution is her introduction in 1988 of smooth, compactly supported orthonormal wavelet bases. These bases revolutionized signal processing, leading to highly efficient method for digitizing, storing, compressing, and analyzing data, such as audio and video signals, computerized tomography, and magnetic resonance imaging. This was a critical ingredient for researchers and engineers in signal processing. Debussy's work on biorthogonal wavelets became the basis for the JPEG 2000 image compression and coding system.
Thank you, Professor Lin. I'm honored to invite Professor Ehud Kainan, member of the Wolf Foundation Council, to announce the laureates in chemistry.
The 2023 Wolf Prize in Chemistry is awarded jointly to Professors Juan He, Jeffrey W. Kelly, and Hiroaki Suga for pioneering discoveries that illuminate the functions and pathological dysfunctions of RNA and proteins, and for creating strategies to harness the capabilities of these biopolymers in new ways to ameliorate human diseases. The Wolf Prize is awarded to Professor Chuan He from the University of Chicago in the United States for discovering reversible RNA methylation and its role in the regulation of gene expression. More than 150 structurally distinct post-transcriptional modifications of cellular RNA molecules occur at thousands of sites. Some of these modifications are dynamic and may have critical regulatory roles analogous to protein and DNA modifications. Professor Chuan He is studying RNA post-transcriptional modification, the role these modifications play in cellular processes, and their broad impact on mammalian development and human diseases, including endometrial cancer, leukemia, and glioblastoma. Professor Chuan He is awarded the Wolf Prize for his pioneering work elucidating the chemistry and functional consequences of RNA modification. He discovered a reversible RNA methylation, leading to a conceptual breakthrough regarding the functional roles of RNA modifications in the regulation of gene expression. His laboratory discovered the first RNA demethylase, an enzyme that removes the methyl group from N6-methyladenosine, the most prevalent messenger RNA modification in eukaryotes. Jeffrey W. Kelly. The Wolf Prize is awarded to Jeff Kelly from the Scripps Research Institute in the United States for developing a clinical strategy to ameliorate pathological protein aggregation. Most protein molecules must fold into defined three-dimensional structures to function properly. Misfolded proteins can form toxic aggregates such as fibrillar amyloid deposits, which may lead to neurodegeneration in Alzheimer's disease and many other pathologies. All cells contain molecular devices that prevent toxic pathogen protein aggregation, but these defense tools tend to decline with aging. Professor Kelly contributed significantly to the fight against neurodegradation or neurodegradative diseases by discovering the mechanism of protein aggregation in amyloid diseases and affect the heart and nervous system. Jeff Kelly is awarded the Wolf Prize in developing a new and clinically impactful strategy to ameliorate disease caused by pathological protein aggregation. His seminal contributions revealed fundamental features of proteins homeostasis at the molecular level, including the interplay among protein folding, misfolding, and aggregation. This regulation of proteostasis is associated with spectrum of human diseases. Kelly's laboratory used this fundamental insight to develop, synthesize the first approved drug, tafamidis, which slows the progression of familiar amyloid polyneuropathy and familiar and sporadic TTR cardiomyopathy disease, which causes heart failure. And the third one, the Wolf Prize is awarded to Hiroaki Suga from the University of Tokyo in Japan for developing RNA-based catalyst that revolutionized the discovery of bioactive peptides. Professor Sugas used tools of bioorganic chemistry, chemical biology, and biotechnology related to RNA translation and peptides. He used RNA-based enzymes, or ribozymes, to incorporate unnatural amino acids into tRNA. Using new technology known as the flexizyme, he expanded the potential programming of the genetic code and incorporated unnatural amino acids into macrocyclic peptides. He used oligonucleotide display and directed evolution to create rapid system, a platform for producing and selecting billions of macrocyclic peptides at high affinity binders to disrupt protein-protein aggregation. Hiroaki Suga is awarded the Wolf Prize for developing an exceptionally innovative in vitro selection system for cyclic peptides as inhibitors of protein-protein aggregation. He invented an RNA-based catalyst, a flexizyme, that transcend natural mechanisms and vastly expand the range of amino acids that can be incorporated with the ribosomal machinery. Suga's strategy enabled rapid construction and screening of enormous libraries of cyclic peptides. His unique discovery has established a new approach to medicinal chemistry and generated new tools for drug discovery.
Thank you, Professor Ehud Kenan. And now, last but not least, I'm honored to invite architect Amnon Rechter, member of the Wolf Foundation Council, to announce the laureates in the arts.
So, we arrive at the arts. Good evening. I'm very happy about this wonderful choice. So, the 2023 Wolf Prize in the Arts is awarded jointly to the artists Fujiko Nakaya and Richard Long for rendering the possibilities of art making and transforming the parameters of visual arts. We'll start with Fujiko Nakaya. A bridge between the metaphysical and physical world. The fog has fascinated by its ability to blur the boundaries between reality and imagination. For Fujiko Nakaya, it makes visible things become invisible, and invisible things like wind becomes visible. Nakaya has created fog sculptures and developed immersive and unstable environments, making her a pioneer of the game. Fujiko Nakaya, one of Japan's leading artists, is awarded the Wolf Prize for being a longtime pioneer of work that intermingles the realm of art, nature, science, and technology. Her sculptures, films, videos, installations, and paintings produced over 7 decades career engage fundamental subjects such as environment, perception, and communication. Half a century after she first developed the concept of fog sculptures, she continues to astonish audiences with the magic of work made at the junction of art, nature, poetry, and science. We go to Richard Long. When Richard Long was 18, he walked on the downs near his native Bristol, England. He began rolling a snowball through the snow, and when it became too big to push further, he took out his camera. But then, instead of snapshotting the giant snowball, as expected, he photographed the dark, meandering track it had left in the snow. This image, one of his earliest work of land art, was named Snowball Track. That art could be a journey, long established the precedent that art could be a journey and that a sculpture could be deconstructed over the distance of a journey. Sir Richard Long is awarded the Wolf Prize for being a pioneer of conceptual art centered on personal interaction with the natural world. Over the course of nearly 6 decades, his solitary walks throughout the world have generated a complex body of work comprising sculptures, photographs, drawings, and texts. The materials for these artworks, echoing the walks themselves, are nature-based rocks and stones, logs and twigs, mud and soil. The tools of time marking and map making, place naming, and record keeping all figure together to create works that commingle factual observation and artistic invention. Long, deep engagement with natural environment as a process, subject, material, and vocabulary has established him as a key figure for his generation and one whose work resonates powerfully with present-day concerns. Congratulations to great artists.
Thank you, Architect Amnon Rechter. Now, the following part of the ceremony usually done by the Minister of Education, but because Yoav Kish had to leave, I invite myself to present the President of the State of Israel with the rationale behind the jury committee's selection of the Wolf Prize laureates.
So thank you, Wolf Foundation Acting Chairman, Professor Dan Shechtman. Thank you, Wolf Foundation CEO, Mrs. Ruth Inon Berman, and the team of the Wolf Prize, members of the council, and we also have science students from all over Israel that I'm so happy to see. We have opened our house to young scientists throughout the year, and Michal and I are so proud to host them. And I will also add a comment to a comment that was said by Ruth. So Albert Einstein, really, truly one of the greatest of them all, was invited by David Ben-Gurion to be nominated as Israel's second president. That was in 1952. The letter was delivered by my late uncle, Abba Iban, who was Israel's legendary diplomat in those days. And and later on, Albert Einstein wrote a beautiful letter declining the offer. So just for the record, it wasn't that he was close to being a president, he was offered. And we always have a wonderful connection to Albert Einstein's legacy by the fact that his papers are deposited with the Hebrew University in Jerusalem. Dear friends, it is a true honor to be here at this exciting moment as we announce the laureates of the notable 45-year mark of the Wolf Prize. I believe that it's no coincidence that the legendary philanthropist Dr. Ricardo Wolf, whom I had the pleasure of knowing in my childhood as Cuba's ambassador to Israel, chose Israel as the home of the Wolf Prize, a mark of pride for our country. In so many ways, the award he founded reflects so much about what we value as a society and as a nation. Like the vision that drove the founding of this country, the spirit of discovery, too, is rooted in the belief that at the other end of a difficult process, we can trailblaze our way to new realities that are better than the ones that existed before. And we in Israel must remember, at this fateful moment for our society, that the democratic freedoms at the root of scientific inquiry and artistic expression are the basis for this progress. But, my friends, these years have made clearer than ever that the spirit of scientific discovery is only the beginning. It is the goodwill and the willingness we bring to see across divides and work together that fertilizes our creative process and translates it into collective action for the common good, our only promise for the future. Looking at the work of this year's laureates, what is striking to me is not only the faculties of human intellect they reflect, but the determination they express to alleviate human suffering and improve life on Earth. From exploring the therapeutic possibilities of hormones to understanding water flow and contaminants in the soil, from RNA work tackling human disease to the sublime redefinition of visual arts and so forth and so on, all of these great ideas we just heard do not only point to the intellectual dimensions of the pursuit of progress, but also remind us of the human heart that is the impetus for it all. I thank you, Professor Shechtman, and I thank Mrs. Reut Yinon Berman and the entire Wolf Foundation team. I congratulate the laureates. We look forward to seeing you all in Israel to celebrate and receive the prize, and we celebrate and congratulate you all for contributing to humanity, to the banners of inquiry, discovery, and goodwill. Thank you all, and shalom from Jerusalem.
Thank you, President Herzog, for your kind and warm words. Thank you all for being with us this immemorable ceremony. Thank you, Mr. President and Mr. Yitzhak Herzog, for hosting us in your residence and honoring us with your presence. Thank you, Minister of Education, Yoav Kish, and congratulations on taking this meaningful post. We are happy that you have joined the big and warm Wolf family. Thank you, members of the Wolf Foundation Council and trustees, for being the pillar of the Wolf Foundation and the lawyer ambassador for everything it presents. And moreover, heartfelt congratulations to the new Wolf Prize laureates, with wishes for a better world for all of us. Mazal Tov.